Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. As you can see, we are back with Star Trek Online. Bit of a problem again with Twitch. Didn't want to update the title and everything, but I think it's taken now. It kind of looks like it. So anyway, let's get started. Today, gonna do the usual, get the dailies, get them all done, dusted, put to bed, and then we're gonna move on to doing the new story because I haven't done it yet. So let's get these dailies done and out of the way. Obviously do the usual, see if I can remember what the hell I'm doing in game. Don't know why the hell that cancelled there, but it did. Oh, for God's sake, come on. Every time that resets on the auto launch, it resets the interact. And it's bloody annoying. Like it did it again there. Obviously, I have changed over to the good old pulse phasers because apparently they've updated the visual. You know why they updated it? We don't know. Was there a specific reason? Probably not. You know, after all, it's Star Trek Online. We do know they like to update things rather than fix bugs. Sorry, undocumented features. They are not bugs. They are all undocumented features. Must remember that. Right, let's get that handed in.
Until next.
And then we're heading over to everybody's favourite because it's not. Good old dilithium mine. As usual, we're trying to beat our all-time score of 1075. Probably won't do, but we will keep trying. We will persevere. We will do it one day. Obviously, I keep the rich dilithium vein quest, so you get a guaranteed beaming location, rather than it sending you somewhere completely random on the asteroid. And then it's pretty much pot luck, and guess where you're going to end up? Normally, backtracking. Oh god, I'm out of practice on this. Way out of practice. I think we can quite happily say I have not got a chance of getting anywhere near that 1075. I think I'll be lucky if I even get the 700 that you need, obviously, to get the maximum payout. But as always, I tend to find that if you've got a score of about 400 by the time you're down to 20 seconds, you are pretty much guaranteed to do it. Obviously, there is the rare occasion where it will keep flipping and flopping on you. And then you'll completely fail at it. But I did have a bit of fun and games before stream. We had a power cut here at 2:10 in the afternoon. And unfortunately, I was working on stream stuff at the time. And I had to restore everything from backups. Because it literally killed the install. So that was entertaining. Yeah, this one I'm going to get nowhere near on. Not even down to 20... sorry, not even got 300 and already down to 20 seconds. I'd be very surprised if I get anywhere near it on this. Well, I did it. I am very surprised. I honestly thought that was going to be a fail. Very, very surprised at that. I think I'm going to have to adjust the game audio because that feels a bit loud. Obviously, we'll find out when we're in combat. For definite or not. And I still say they should have done the good old Star Trek music on this asteroid, because other than that, the heavy breathing, you know, just sounds like picking up the phone at home. That's another one done. Again, nowhere near any decent scores this time round. Not really that surprised. Bit out of practice. So, what are our main endeavours? Defeat the crystalline entity. Well, that's easy enough. It just depends on if we can get it. Defeat Tholian's ground. Again, that is pretty easy. Complete bug TFOs. Well, you can pretty much guarantee we're going to get one of those. Harvest ground materials. 6 of. Ooh. That one might be a bit painful. I'm just trying to think which ground missions we could do to get that one. My God, this one keeps changing on me. It's like the earlier one. Might not do this one. Well, I won't do it if I keep doing things like that. Yeah, look at it. It's constantly changing on me. Yeah, not a chance. Not a chance in hell. Right, last node. Obviously the other one that's on the mini-map, that is for the rich dilithium claim, which I'll not be doing, as I said. That is there only to make sure you have a guaranteed beaming location. Because there's nothing worse than it beaming you into the middle ground of the asteroid and then you have to run all the way and backtrack. My God, these are all keep swapping on me. I think we can quite happily say I do not have RNG Jesus with me. It's very much against me today, it looks like. So I'm expecting to die a lot and there to be constant disasters. Did get that one. I honestly didn't think I were. As usual, we'll head on from here to the Fleet Dilithium mine. do the bonus quest there for more dilithium. As always, make sure you do some of your own refined dilithium first, because if you have the bug like I have, you run the risk of doing your 8k dilithium and it taking from that pool, which obviously you want it as bonus. You don't want it taking from your main pool. Pride of the Empire. Do you think they might be Klingon? Oh, dear me. Beam to surface. Yeah, very much one of those moments though where I looked at it and I thought, which one is it? And it's not like I haven't played it in ages. It's only been probably about just over a week. Yeah, begin assignment. Again, no reason not to do it. It takes 5 seconds to complete. So it's always worthwhile if you're in a fleet and your fleet have it unlocked. Right. Head for the Jafari outpost. As usual, we'll be looking for the Green Patrol. You normally run across 2 of them as you head in there. Normally reasonably easy to spot. But as usual, they might be dead ahead here, or they might be slightly off to the left or right. You just got to keep your eyes open. And Jafari Patrol. I think we should be able to pick that one up pretty much straight away, because it is in front of us. I'm going to say they're both clustered quite close together. As usual, chance 3 missions. Kill Green Patrols, or maybe even kill Green Patrols, and that's what it normally is. Obviously, we are slaves to the good old loading screens as usual. So, you know, again, we do have to kind of wait for that. It's not normally too bad, he says. But looking at it today, it looks like it's dragging its feet ever so slightly. Right. I think that was a retaliation strike there. I don't know if I'm a fan of the beam overload now for the pulse phasers. I quite like the bog standard attack. Just kind of feel that it goes really super quick. But the beam overload, yeah, not convinced of. I don't kind of like the ghosting effect that they've given it. As they say, not a fan. Right, we shall continue our journey of heading over to these rocks. That's where the outpost is. Again, as always, chance 3 missions. The blockade, which I get most of the time. Find the missing transports. And again, a general kill Brain. In all 3 of those, you're going to be doing the same sort of thing though. Killing Brain, funnily enough. And what do we have? We have the bog standard confront the Brain. Get everything nicely cooled down ready. And then it's just kind of hang about here for the next ship to spawn in. Jesus, that died quick. Is that them all? Are they all dead? Obviously, you have some little fighter ships that are normally hanging out at these diamond symbols at the different arrays. And every now and again, they'll come in to have a pop at you. Again, as usual, it's always worthwhile to do a quick swing round, see if the Breen capital ship is there. It used to guarantee a drop of a purple of some sort, and now when you kill it, it will do the, oh look, there is a purple, but when you loot it, 9 times out of 10, there's actually nothing as a drop. So it's just something to be aware of. Oh, that is disgusting. That makes me feel dirty. Right, moving on, heading over to Zarya now, where we have our beam down location. Again, I am just keeping an eye on the stream. Obviously, we did have some technical issues in the last couple of streams. In theory, those things should be sorted now, but I am keeping my eye on it. Right, Zarya. Again, unfortunately, this does have double loading screens, so it is unfortunate. It is one of those things where, to my memory, which again could be at fault, there was never any mission beforehand or ships to destroy that I remember for here. So why it's a double loading screen, not quite sure. I know there is, or there was a mission in the story arc where you come here, but I'm not aware of there ever being this specific mission where there used to be anything outside of it. But like I said, double loading screen. Sometimes it goes really quickly, most of the time like this. So we are just waiting for it. And it is literally, you move a couple of feet forward and then it's loading screen. Like so. And it's going to be a quick one. Brilliant. Right. Let's see if I can remember how to do all of this. As usual, chance 3 missions. we have obviously, oh god, they all got grouped properly. Makes a nice change. Tag the ore crates, plant the spatial chargers, upload the Breen virus. If you get tag the ore crates, one lot over there, another lot over there, and the final lot is over there. If you get plant spatial chargers, it goes on this crate here. Sorry, that one there. Obviously, I have the upload the virus, so you'll see that because the terminals will be all glowing. It's not difficult, it's pretty easy. But ultimately, you're going to be killing Breen yet again. Are we going to get the second beam in lot? No, we're not. So that's going to be in the third and final group. So where you play your next spatial charge, if you have that one, will be on that pillar there. Not worth picking up, because it hasn't got a glowing stinky cloud attached. Run, Naz, run! Oh no, personal shield is losing power. What a pity. So we haven't got the second group beam in here, so I'm going to assume it's going to come with the last group. Unless I've been completely blind and they died that quickly I didn't notice, which is highly unlikely. If I drop it there, in theory, if they beam in, they should beam in pretty much on the fire. Which obviously makes my job really, really easy. And again, if you get spatial chargers, that pillar for your final one. So, pillar on the... So, spatial chargers, I'll get this right in a second. The first one goes on one of the storage crates, then the pillar in the next room, and the middle pillar in the final room. Alright, over to the belt. Chance of 2 missions in there. A break from the chance of 2 missions. Sorry, 3 missions. I don't know. Where's my head today? Obviously not in the game. Chance of 3 missions is everywhere except for this one where you get a chance of 2. You're going to be killing Breen again. It'll either be a bog standard, go out and blow up Breen, or it'll be a research outpost that has been attacked, that's smoking. You go towards it. There's a bunch of cloaked mines around it, and you then promptly blow up those mines and then blow up the Breen. But again, it is all about wiping out the Breen. For some reason that did not trigger the key press. So not quite sure what happened there, but never mind, moving on. Oh my god, I did that way too early. Should be able to get them both. Yeah. Again, I did it way too early. But end of the day, does it really matter? Because they're dead. Did. Right, just have to now find the Breen Patrol. Again, not difficult. Set course for Breen, angle your camera ever so slightly to the right, and keep your peepers open. There is a star system that it's something to be aware of, that you can spot from a great distance, which he says, no.
Score one, ignore me, I'm just the bot. Yeah, I do all the work and I'm so fucking tired.
Tam. Right, these two stars here, if you see the Beam Patrol anywhere in that area there, do not bother going for it because it despawns in that area. And you will not make it. A goat with glasses. Mr. Do. That's a very, very interesting, shall we say, emoticon. That is very interesting. Come on, hurry up, get me there.
No problem. Fruit Loops is here.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, Fuse Loops. I hope you are well. Right, yeah. Just trying to remember what the hell I have to do in this one. Oh, yes. Green Patrol. If you Klingon go in, just open fire, don't bother negotiating. Obviously, I'm playing Federation, so, you know, good old social workers in space. You've just woke up. What time zone are you in? Because for me, it's like 8:32 p.m. So it's getting late for me. Though to be completely fair, even if you were having a nap or anything like that, I wouldn't say anything against it, because at the end of the day, you know, naps are like mini holidays for adults. It's 7:32 and you're in Australia. Oh, of course you are. I was just thinking, that name is familiar, and I just thought, oh yeah, that's, you know, freely admit it, I do kind of lurk in people's channels. Right, speak to the Defy. Obviously, there's a great wall of text there. I'm not going to read it all out. So, as always, just follow what I do here. I have to speak to the Defari. Suggest trade. No, you're not having me gold press Platinum because I'm tight. Offer something else. Find another option. Analyze risk. Attempt the deflector pulse. And then just beam them over. Obviously, like I said, I am playing Federation, good old social workers in space, so you do have the option to start combat with them at the end of this. I'm currently doing the dailies, and I believe that is just the final one that I tend to normally do, and then I'm going to do the new episode, because I haven't actually done it yet. So you'll have to, you know, obviously I don't want people to spoil it for me, but I would like to know what people's opinions of it is. But after that, I will be doing some good old TFOs and such. Right, let's get ourselves over to wherever the hell is it? What is the mission? Is it actually in the episode bits? Or not? And it is. Okay.
Greetings. Hugh, Director of the Cooperative Borg and Borg Reclamation Project speaking. I am reaching out to you as Command has spoken very highly of your accomplishments. In particular, I'm told you're experienced in dealing with a variety of Borg. Another incursion is taking place in the Ramazad system. Can you meet me there? I'll send you my coordinates upon arrival. I'm still waiting to hear back from other allies. We'll need all the backup we can get.
No, we won't. You just need me to watch me explode in front of you. Oh, so what's the outfit that we get? It says inspect it, but obviously you can't expect it because it's not in your inventory. I've seen the new ones playing Boyfriend and love what I say. I've got to say, very good model of Hugh there. Again, very much up there with Jodie LaForge's model. Looks absolutely fantastic. I still think the Big Bag Beverly Crusher model is absolutely terrible and looks nothing like her. She looks like she's had a stroke and got a funny nose. So, you know, I kind of hope that somebody will do a revision of that at some point, but we'll never know. So, a random, very rare space item reward. That's interesting. Does that mean that's the new direction that we are going with Decker taking over from Cryptek? Are we going to start getting these sort of things in future? It could be quite interesting.
There is always a choice.
Obviously, do let me know if the audio is too loud or too low or anything like that. Like I said, I did have a load of technical issues. And Star Trek Online really hates my capture card. And I kind of have to jury-rig the audio a bit. So obviously, if there is any issues with it being too loud or too quiet, do let me know. And that also goes for the same with me, because I'm actually using new mic as well. Right. Let's go find out what this story is all about. Because I've got to be honest, I have not read up on it. I knew that obviously the actor was reprising his role as Hugh, which I was a bit confused at, because obviously in Picard he dies. Whether that's going to be explained or not, I don't know. I'm going to assume it's from another universe. In that one where Hugh was not killed, possibly. But it might not be explained, so we'll see.
What a surprise! I didn't expect to see you here. I'm responding to a call from Director Hugh of the Cooperative Borg. The Lucari Concordium has recently chosen me as their ambassador for all things Borg. He asked me to join him here to help with another incursion. I've been here for quite a while now. I'm not sure he's coming. Are you here to help as well?
Not being funny, but that audio for Kamaki there sounded like she got her head down toilet or had her head in a bucket. She kind of sounded a bit metallic-y and tinny. So I'm not sure what that's all about. But anyway, that's right. But his absence is concerning. Is it though?
I agree. He's typically quite punctual. So I've heard, anyway. Well, I'm afraid I've also come across some starship debris in the system that I have yet to identify. It appears we're arriving at the aftermath of a tense clash. I suggest we try and find the director together. With your permission, I'll set up a sensor link so that our ships can share any data we find.
Okay. Permission granted, let's do it.
Sensor link is active. Let's start with the ship debris up ahead.
Right. Off we go. I'm going to say it's quite close by. Does it look Borg?
Sensors are picking up microscopic fragments of advanced regenerative circuitry, nanites, and decentralized control system debris. This is most certainly a full and cooperative probe. Something must have happened to their fleet. Let's hurry. There's more debris over there.
Doesn't particularly look like one to me. Oh, is that a texture error there? That could be a texture error. Somebody forgot to colour it. Right, anyway. No, it's going to be the blue other Borg, isn't it?
Scans indicate high-density alloy and further Borg circuitry fragments. Disruptive, not regenerative. In any case, this is not cooperative debris. The quantum signature doesn't even match our universe.
Okay, so like I said, it's potentially got to be mirror hue. Oh, no, wrong button. Well, I can see a sphere.
Out! Clear incoming! Well done. That certainly explains the debris' quantum signature. Let's
Right.
continue.
So we are fighting Blue Bug.
Debris up ahead.
You know, so we might end up with lots of penis demon bugs, like we had in the last story.
Alloy is unlike any debris I've ever seen. It's protected by a quantum dispersal field. Someone must have come back to scatter the ship's debris signature. Its origin is untraceable.
Okay.
Heads up! Subspace sensors are picking up residual distortion nearby. A warp trail. Recalibrating sensor array frequencies. Tachyon decay and subspace phase variances suggest this warp trail is 2 hours old. We should get closer. There might be survivors. Oh dear. Sensor readings are fluctuating erratically due to the magnetic properties of dense asteroids nearby. It's the Harmony. What's Tassine Faye's ship doing here?
And it's not animating. So that's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all.
Perhaps Tassine Faye was called in to help as well. The vessel seems to be suffering from multiple systems failures. They may require assistance.
Oh, does that mean the bug actually made it on board? Let's comms, open alien frequency, Admiral Kamaki, please proceed.
Oh, right. Starship Harmony, this is Admiral Kumar K of the LSS Raskava. Come in. Tassine Faye, do you copy?
No.
No response. Complete comm silence. I know this isn't exactly standard protocol, but considering the potential gravity of the situation, should we consider beaming down?
Let's try an energy field scan first.
You're right. Let's proceed with caution.
Scanners are ready. Oh, for God's sake. Obviously, it doesn't match up for me because I did the dilithium mine.
The denser asteroids near the ship are interfering with our scans.
We could use the tractor beam to move the Harmony away from the area.
An excellent idea. I'll send out an encoded subspace transmission detailing our intentions. I should be able to transmit it on a narrow enough frequency for it to bypass the interference, but we're unlikely to be met with a response, I'm afraid. Here's hoping Tassine Faye is able to receive it, and that we aren't breaking with any Etherean customs.
Okay, it doesn't look like we have a choice.
Right. I have identified a section of the Ramizad system where signals are not compromised by the asteroids. Meet me there.
Copy that, I'll move the Harmony. Oh, thanks. Volunteered again.
Who would have thought that you'd be towing the Harmony today?
Well, I'm still not 100% convinced that these aliens aren't dodgy. You know, they're all about harmony and unity, and you know, that's the most important thing in the galaxy, and
The ship is
to be fair, we are not at all.
just a little.
So it just makes me wonder if they're going to end up being the big bad.
Interference is subsiding. I suggest we try a final hail before we scan again. Starship Harmony, this is Admiral Kumarke. Do you copy? Starship Harmony, do you require assistance? Nothing. I'll consult with my comms officer.
Well, the communications could be down.
Ensign Farunte, what's your assessment?
The Harmony might be experiencing a communications blackout, Admiral. This is likely unrelated to the interference caused by any asteroids.
That's just what I said.
Well, time really could be of the essence. We still have no idea where the director is or if he's alright. And I'm beginning to worry that the same might be said of Tassine Fey.
You're right, I'll scan the Harmony. You know, why it wasn't just scanned a couple of seconds ago, surely?
This doesn't...
Oh god, here we go again.
Shields are lowered. I'm not detecting any breaches, so it must have been done voluntarily. Scans also indicate that the atmospheric conditions aboard the ship are highly unusual, and only just able to accommodate other species. Furthermore, the ship itself is exhibiting properties that are consistent with a multidimensional vortex. It's as if it is phasing in and out of existence. Or at least parts of it seem to be. What's more, multiple sections of the ship seem to be under strict lockdown.
I bet you can't guess where we're going next. Sounds serious. Beaming down without authorization might be our only option. I don't think we've actually seen inside their ships, other than obviously the background. So is this going to be a first look in?
I agree. I recommend we stay on high alert. Who knows what caused the ship's partial lockdown? This mission could be quite dangerous, especially if the Etherians are unresponsive.
Or more likely, assimilated. Kamaki, are you sure you want to come? No, that's just the way she's looking at us.
Quite sure, but I do appreciate you asking. I would rather face my fears head-on than retreat to the proverbial shadows. It's been quite good for me. I feel empowered, actually.
Oh god, and then we have two options. Well, there's no one I'd rather team up with. Let's go. Oh my god, that's terrible. In that case, we better get going.
You read my mind. The ship's systems should have logged our attempts at establishing contact before beaming down. That said, I'm not sure I trust the accuracy of any of our current scans, given the situation.
Excuse me, I didn't.
I do recommend we leave our bridge officers behind for now. I don't feel comfortable sending anyone else down there before conducting a preliminary assessment. Ready when you are.
Oh well, that's me probably dead then. I'll meet you there. No heals? How am I expected to survive?
This interior. It's beautiful.
If you say so. It very much...
The hallway
Oh, hang on.
behind us is locked. In fact, this room is under full lockdown, which I suspect will be true of most of the rooms we will encounter aboard the Harmony. Bypassing security lockouts might require some thinking outside the triangle. Or box? It's an Earth saying. I suggest we take a look around. Perhaps there's another way out. Let's tread carefully.
I'll lead the way. Oh, great. It kind of makes me think a little bit of Tholians and their crystal structures and everything. It kind of looks similar to that. Oh, that's a bit throws you off. But anyway, heard others say that. Yeah, it does kind of look it though. They've been very clever though, because obviously the skybox. This is obviously some very small floating island, if you like, in a much bigger skybox, so you get a weird perception of depth, which you can tell by when you move the camera there. You can see this bit here goes behind the crystal. So they've gone for kind of like a weird depth thing. It's probably their view of, oh, this is multi-dimensional, when in fact it's just, you know, the skybox is bigger than this. But it's interesting anyway. Let's continue. Oh god. They've rehashed the good old radiation scan. And the results say full system lockdown bypass. Oh. I was kind of expecting at least a bit of story of what's happened.
Maybe this will allow us to open the door to the hallway behind us.
Yep, let's press buttons that we don't know anything about and see what happens. Oh no, it wants us to go to that terminal. That's got note to do with door.
No, the security clearance required to bypass this console is too high. We won't be able to go this way. Let's look around. Optimizing tricorders for environmental scanning.
I wish they kinda hid the mini-map.
Optimizing for material analysis.
Oh, shut up, Kamake.
Incredible. These polygonal wall structures act as data nodes.
Are you done? Are you finished? Am I allowed to talk now? But yeah, as I was about to say, I kind of wish these bits of the map were hidden until you trigger something. Because obviously we can see where we're going to end up having to go. And I suspect we'll go in there, have a fight, go down the corridor, maybe have another fight. Big room that we'll go, ooh, into it pretty, probably another fight. And then into there, another fight. And then big boss final bit in there. Honestly, that was it. Okay.
It appears they store recordings of events that have happened aboard the ship. They contain both visual and auditory data. You don't suppose we're being watched, do you?
Yep, so keep your hands above the covers, girls.
In any case, it looks like this room's lockdown has been bypassed. Let's try the console by the other door. There must be a way forward.
Right, before we do go forward though, I'm actually going to change my weapons round because obviously there's Borg around here. So I'm not convinced we aren't going to run in some Borg. So obviously I'm going to have a weapon that I don't have to worry about them trying to adapt to.
Well done. All right, we better stay alert. We don't know what the consequences of bypassing the security measures aboard this ship are. For all we know, it could mean a variety of automated countermeasures, or perhaps none at all, given the situation. Let's keep scanning for abnormalities along the way until we get to the bottom of this.
Agreed, let's go.
Lead the way.
So I've kind of like given that a water texture. It's quite clever. Quite like it.
It's very empty in here. I wonder where all the crew members are.
Probably dead. That's a Borg. Can't think what they call them. Interplexing beacon. Well, I suppose Star Trek Online they've used that for lots of things. Oh god, another one of these. I'm glad I don't have to get a certain score because we'd be here all day. Because I'm that out of practice. To Harmony we are secure.
That's what Tarsine Faye always says.
Like a guiding principle.
Could I have a word?
I'm stood right next to you.
I'm feeling a little uneasy. No, not about the possibility of finding a Borg incursion aboard. It's about the comment I made earlier, about being watched. It was meant to be light-hearted, but I'm starting to think we are being monitored. It doesn't help that this room is on lockdown as well, and it looks like the security clearances increase the further along we get. We'll need to get creative again.
How about the data node system we scanned? Could we reverse engineer it? Not being funny, if you are being watched all the time, you know, you could look at it from two different points of view. It could be a case of, you know, that they are, you know, true unity, so they've got no reason to hide anything. Or it could be like a, you know, big brother watching you, if you like.
Interesting. Instead of recording in real time, we could recalibrate the output so that the node plays back a recording from the past. At some point, someone aboard this ship must have input the console code needed to unlock this room. Such a recording might also provide us with insight into what happened aboard the Harmony.
And not being funny, that's a serious security breach. We need the code for this. I'll just roll back the recording and watch it. I take it the nodes are encrypted.
Spot on! I would need to input some kind of information about the data we want to access in order to bypass any encrypted subroutines. In theory, this would allow me to recalibrate the node's parameters to play back an older recording, though I'd have to reconfigure the node's memory buffer array to act as a hollow matrix interface instead. In other words, the node will no longer function as a recording subsystem, but as a hollow emitter activated by a...
Remodulate the tricorder. This could work.
I have to say, even though I'm not pleased about reverse engineering Ethereum technology without authorization, the science behind this is quite exciting. Hopefully, Cousin Faye will understand.
I'm sure she'll understand it's a risk we have to take. Well, it is a risk we have to take. Will she understand? Probably not. But then again, we don't really know that much about them. So we will take the risk and see what happens.
If you scan the room for information, I will begin recalibrating the node's parameters.
Okay, let's get to work. Oh. What the hell are these? Kind of reminds me a bit of Tron. The good old qubits from Tron.
Reconfiguring memory array to optimize for hollow emission output.
And obviously I'm talking about original Tron here, not the more newer one.
Remodulating tricorders. Integrating environmental data to bypass encryptions. Done. The system is active. Shall we try?
Obviously, I'm assuming we're going to get a cutscene here. Oh, maybe not. Just 1 second. Gonna say we'll have last. Another recording. Obviously we missed that one. So that.
This technology looks like a fragment of a larger piece.
So Hugh was on board. Somebody's messaging me. Oh, it's good old non-mirror. Let's reply. One of my guildies. It's like since a load of accounts got compromised a couple of years ago, we always say hi to one another, and depending on our responses, we know if it's actually them or somebody else. Another recording.
Director Hugh, it is good to finally meet you face to face.
you said you needed help.
Yeah, it does raise the question why they're here.
Both Director Hugh and Tassin Fei were aboard the Harmony. What's more, the decay rate of the chronoton particles emitted by these projections placed the recording approximately 1 hour before the Harmony's warp trail signature in Ramizad. It's likely that whatever battle took place out there occurred after the Director beamed aboard. Curious.
Oh god, don't tell Hugh's been Blue Borg Section 31, you know, sorry, not Section 31, control assimilated.
It's a start. However, I'm sure you've noticed that these recording fragments are both static and out of order. The node's harmonic emitters didn't take too kindly to being tampered with. I doubt we'll be able to play out the full animated sequence of events. That said, we should be able to realign the data and unlock the full recording if we place these fragments in the right order.
I'll leave that to me.
In the correct order. What happened first?
Well, it's going to be the greeting of Director Hugh and his officers, Ada said.
Right.
And then I would say...
Director Hugh and his bridge officers aboard the Harmony.
And then I would say scan the technology.
After Tassin Fei welcomed Director Hugh and his bridge officers aboard, Director Hugh scanned a piece of technology which he considered to be part of a fragment of a larger piece. So, naturally...
They leave.
The fragments have been placed in the correct order. First, Tassin Fei welcomed Director Hugh and his team aboard the ship. Then, Director Hugh scanned some technology which was part of a larger piece. Lastly, Tassin Fei asked Director Hugh and his officers to follow her, so they all left the room.
Yep.
We did it! Right. I've fed the data back into the node in the correct order this time. We should be able to play the full sequence of events now. Remember, it's likely to be visually incomplete due to the harmonics malfunction within the node, but the acoustics shouldn't be affected. Shall we?
Oh, go on then. Oh god, I've got to go stand on it again.
Director Hugh, it is good to finally meet you face to face. I have heard a lot about you and your skill set.
Leader Tassin Fei, please call me Hugh. Likewise, I've heard a lot about the Etherians. So, you said you needed help.
Yes, a piece of our technology has been found aboard the Harmony. We may be compromised.
Let's see. You're right. This is control board technology, all right. And yet, the energy signature isn't an exact match. This technology looks like a fragment of a larger piece. We'll need to locate the rest of it before I can make an assessment.
Of course. Our diplomatic quarters are available, should you wish to stay longer for this assessment. Please excuse the furnishing. Under normal circumstances, we redress our rooms for all our guests.
Well, these circumstances are far from normal. But that won't be necessary. We won't be staying long.
I see. How unfortunate. Perhaps another time.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, please follow me.
Looks like somebody's raided the Christmas decorations. With that thing there. So that's her putting the code in. Hope you caught that.
Great teamwork. We've pieced it all together. It looks like Director Hugh and his officers beamed aboard the Harmony to help Tosin Fei identify a piece of...
Control Borg technology with a strange variance in its signature.
Exactly. Fortunately, the data node recording also shows the console code used by Tosin Fei to bypass security. I suggest we look out for other consoles along the way. Perhaps we'll be able to use this method again. This probably also won't be the last data node we'll be able to interact with aboard the ship. Right, let's move on, shall we?
I'll enter the console code.
So it seems like the starship debris we found earlier might have been Control Borg then. If we proceed, the door behind us will likely lock. We'll need to choose a path.
Which obviously we will do in 3 minutes, because on the hour every hour I do run 3 minutes of adverts to disable pre-roll, so anybody who may want to get in can do without being stuck behind the great wall of adverts. As always, adverts are not guaranteed, it is down to region availability, so you may get adverts, you may not, but who are we kidding? You will do. So as always, get yourself something sweet or a drink or something, or in Fuse Loop's case, you know, roll over in bed. And we'll be right back. Right, we should be back. So let's just continue where we left off. So, obviously, it said we have to pick a route. Is it really going to matter that much? Probably not. I think ultimately we're going to end up in one of the rooms that... So I think if we go that way, we'll probably finish in that room. If we go this way, we're going to finish in that room. So maybe they've done some slight changes to it to make it so it's got a little bit of replayability. Obviously not much, but we'll have to find out.
Right behind you.
That's what she said.
Look! It seems like a struggle may have taken place here.
Well, that's a Borg arm. Not quite sure. Was that Borg head just there? No, that's another bit of arm, isn't it? Oh, cutscene.
It's one of Director Hugh's officers.
Don't trust it. It could be a control.
Help them. Shields are still down. We can stabilize them and beam them out.
Yeah, I'm not convinced it's safe. Mess hall, maybe? Conference room? But that could be exactly what they want.
This isn't good. We need to figure out what happened here. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I see a data node. Not being funny, it kind of feels like that there's some audio cues missing from this. Because I kind of half expected to hear the the tricorder sound there.
That's the spirit? Our tricorders are already remodulated and optimized for holographics. If you gather information to bypass the encryption subroutines, I'll get started on the node's parameters.
I'll see what I can find. Now, I don't know if you saw that, but the whole screen shook there for a second in the background. So it makes me wonder what the hell is going on in that regard.
I'm feeling less guilty about tampering with Etherian technology. Our allies could be in danger.
They might be assimilated or already dead.
Recalibrating parameters. Almost there. Got it.
Oh,
The
we got a
fragments
recording.
are ready to play.
I will lead you to our lower decks.
Okay. Oh, we've got to put me in order again, haven't we?
Watch out!
Okay, and another one.
What are you doing?
It worked! Unlike the last recording we watched, these initial fragments seem to be in the right order.
Okay.
That means Tassine Fey was leading Director Hugh and his officers to the lower decks of the ship. After that, something or someone attacked them.
Well, it looked like
Seems right.
a Borg.
However, my scans indicate the presence of corrupted data located inside the memory buffers. One of the following fragments does not align with the expected data intervals of the recording. That is to say, one of the recordings of Director Hugh was added later on. It was artificially injected into the data sequence.
A falsified fragment added to the data node, an extra security measure for the director's protection. I think I'm going to go with the first one on that. A falsified fragment added to the data node.
Perhaps. We can't rule it out. But that doesn't seem like something the Control Borg would do. It seems a little too calculated, don't you think? In any case, we need to make a choice and identify the artificial fragment so we can remove the corrupted data and access the rest of the recording.
Leave it to me.
Which fragment was artificially added to the data node?
Right, a control bug fired at Director Hughes' bridge officer. An unknown construct attacked Director Hughes' bridge officer. Ooh, well, we did say a bug there. Did we see an unknown construct? Not that I could see in the recording. I'm going to go with the Borg officer, maybe. If we get it wrong, she'll go, oh no, that's not correct.
Right. An unknown construct appeared from beyond the portal and attacked the group. The falsified fragment has been identified. First, Tassin Fei told Director Hugh and his bridge officers that she would lead them to the lower decks of the ship. But then, an unknown construct attacked Director Hugh and his bridge officers from beyond the portal. One of his bridge officers was left wounded.
And probably infected with control technology.
Well done. That's it. It wasn't a control Borg that fired at Director Hughes' officer, but an unknown construct. It seems Aetherian? The corrupted data has been removed successfully. The full sequence of events is now ready to play. Unfortunately, the harmonics are acting up again, so expect some fragmentation. The system is active. Let's play its last recording.
Go on then.
It is a shame you are not staying longer. We have much to discuss. I am curious about the liberated Borg.
Well, the path of a liberated Borg is not easy. Ultimately, it's about giving others a second chance.
Fascinating. Aetherians believe in giving others a second life, like in ascension.
Alright, that ain't creepy.
Could compare it to that. Helping others overcome their past so they can grow.
Indeed, if you'd follow me, I will lead you to our lower decks.
You said this is where you found the control Borg boarding party?
Indeed.
Do you know how they were able to bypass your shields?
We are uncertain. Several malfunctions have been reported. No conclusions have been drawn yet.
What are you doing?
This was not supposed to happen.
Get behind me!
She's doing a good old,
So that
you know,
actually happened. It seems like an Aetherian security system of some sort attacked Director Hugh and his officers. But by Luca, I cannot imagine why someone would come back afterwards to plant a falsified recording implicating the Borg. It's beyond me.
yeah, like I said, these Aetherians are a bit dodgy.
In any case, Tassin Fei's remark is important. If the Aetherian security system has gone rogue, there might be more for us to worry about than Control Borg. Fortunately, this recording also shows the console code used to activate this portal. I suppose it will lead to the lower decks.
Let's see what lies ahead.
Code? Will you do the...
Yeah. I hope we're not now going to get Aetherian Borg, because if we do, that's going to be like, there's now 4 factions of Borg. Oh god, another one of these. I really hope that isn't the case. cow mons evolved to become the lead gnome, the Athenians found their true purpose. The ether offers knowledge so divine that naturally it shows itself to govern the actions of all. Some of the words can't be translated.
I believe this calls for the Earth saying, "Here goes nothing."
Yeah, okay. I think somebody might have been smoking something when they wrote this episode.
These lower decks sure are darker.
Oh, do they live in harmony, as in the light Aetherians are kind of above and the dark Aetherians live below?
Yes. I mean, I think so. I feel confident that we are on the right track, especially after seeing both Director Hugh and Tarsine Faye pass through here. And yet, I just feel unsettled. There's something not quite right about all of this. Do you feel it too?
Or is this the true, Athenians? Is this actually what they are really like? And, the whole purpose was to capture Hugh. Because we know they've got beef with the Borg. Not quite sure what these are. Obviously, I'm hoping some of it's gonna be explained.
Before we move on, I want to make sure you know that you can count on me. Entirely. Last time we underwent a mission together, I told you I wasn't certain I'd be a reliable ally against Borg forces. That's not the case anymore. I feel stronger than ever. Although I still have some reservations, I won't be showing up late to the party this time.
One thing I've definitely got to say, it is quite nice to have different music on this. Because when you first join the ship, you've got one set of music that's quite light and twinkly twinkly almost. And we've come here and we've got some, again, different music again, a bit more drony. I quite like it. Makes a change. Right, you've got my back, I've got yours. Kamaki, that means more to me than you know. First one.
Well, I'm glad that's settled. Let's get back to business. This room...
contains data nodes.
Exactly. You know the drill. If you search the room for information, I'll begin recalibrating the data node's parameters. Those encryption subroutines won't stand a chance.
Well, they say curiosity killed the cat. I think that might be the case in this. Let's get started.
I admit, I'm feeling apprehensive. What we're about to see next could be very telling. Integrating the environmental information?
Yeah, it could be that we find out that these are the bad guys all along. Oh, I'm going to be completely and utterly wrong.
Bypassing encryptions? All done. The fragments are ready to play.
Unit Bridge requesting immediate backup.
There has been a grave misunderstanding.
So, where's the crew member that got down there?
Fret not, Director. We will not let you perish.
Or is this going to turn out to be as simple as their drone saw Hugh come in as a liberated Borg, thought he was Borg and was trying to protect the Athenian? I can't remember, whatever they're called.
You shall be preserved and uplifted anew.
Perish? Did they really get into some kind of near-fatal altercation? I can't even imagine it. Tassine Fey is our ally and friend. There must be more to this.
I agree, it's strange. Falsified data again?
Unfortunately, my scans suggest that the node's memory buffer may be overloaded. Over time, this could lead to slight alterations in recorded material due to deletions or simplifications, for example. So rather than an artificial addition, it seems to be a corruption of the original events. There should be some truth to this scenario, but something's off. We'll need to identify the altered fragment and restore it to its original form in order to play the full sequence of events.
Leave it to me.
Which data node fragment was altered?
Right. Director Hugh raised his weapon at Tassine Fey. I kind of think... Oh god, Director Hugh fell to the ground critically wounded. Oh, is it his dead body? Lifted Director's body out. I don't see... Because Hugh could have raised his weapon at Thal to try and defend himself. Falling to the ground critically wounded. Them two are kind of like, think of the two are the same thing. So... I think I'm going to go with the first one. If we get it wrong, it'll tell us we've got it wrong, obviously.
The node is not receptive to that input. Let's reconsider. Which data node fragment was altered?
Let's try the last one, because it's obviously one of these two. And are they going to have killed Hugh off again so soon?
The node is rejecting this input, so we...
Oh my god!
Which data node fragment was altered?
Two fell to the ground.
Fragment has been identified. Director Hugh raised his weapon at Tassine Fey, but he was not critically wounded. Finally, Tassine Fey lifted his body out of the room.
Well, I suppose if you think about it, that does make more logical sense than what I were doing.
By Lucar, we did it. I was hoping for this outcome. Hopefully this means that Director Hugh was not gravely injured. Let's see what actually happened here.
It's kind of making me think that...
Ready to play.
That these people are actually assimilating them, but in a different way.
Unit Bridge requesting immediate backup.
There has been a grave misunderstanding.
I can see that. What the hell is going on here?
Our security system is registering you and your officers as Prime Borg.
Tassine Fey, I really don't want to take down your construct. Get them to stand down.
I understand. This won't be necessary. You will be neutralized until we can repair our systems.
Neutralized? Okay, we might be getting lost in translation, but that's not happening.
Fret not, Director. We will not let you perish.
So did she just kill him by disco?
You shall be conserved and uplifted anew.
Well, that explains why they got up.
By Lucar, we did it. I was hoping for this outcome. Hopefully this means that Director Hugh was not gravely injured. Let's see what actually happened here. The full sequence is ready to play.
Okay, well, that's not what is actually there. That said, Admiral, that's it. Director Hugh was neutralized by Thal in an effort to protect him.
Director Hugh was neutral.
Oh, here we go. It's catching up.
In an effort to protect him, I suppose? And it looks like his wounded bridge officer made it out of the room. Well, if the director and his officers are registering as enemy Borg to the Etherean security system, then there's no telling how it will register us. After all, you and I have both had dealings with the Borg that have left us changed. Thankfully, the recording once again shows the console code Tarsine Fei used to get out of this room. However, perhaps we should stop tampering with the data nodes from now on.
Yeah, and being next, liberated Borg, it does kind of like make me think, yeah, that might not be good for me. Good call. What about this neutralization?
Tarsine Fei's choice seems somewhat abrupt. It certainly wouldn't be acceptable by Lukari diplomatic standards. But if she intends to uplift him anew, as she said, perhaps she only meant to conceal Director Hugh's bioscience from her security system.
Yeah, but she could have actually just let him beam off the ship. So, again, I think she's being dodgy. They're uplifting, I'm going to assume they're going to be made into one of their people. Effectively assimilating, by another word. Obviously, that weird-ass audio bug that happened there, where it replayed a bit and then actually started the next bit of text. Not a bug. It is, as always, a good old Star Trek Online undocumented feature. But anyway, I don't know. I don't like it, and I really do not. I never trusted these guys from the beginning, and I've got to say, what they did there hasn't helped that.
Ethereum customs could be wildly different from mine or yours. Perhaps this is not as transgressive as it seems.
Even so, the director was right to call for help. Yeah. She didn't even give him the option to beam off.
I agree. Let's input the console code so we can move on and beam in some backup. The coordinates might be a little off as we are unfamiliar with the Harmony's exotic interdimensional topography. Beam-in could be delayed, and the exact arrival position unknown.
Let's hope for the best.
Admiral Kumarke to the Rescava. We are requesting backup aboard the Harmony. Director Hugh is down. I repeat, Director Hugh is down.
Admiral Kumarke, this is Ensign Varunte reporting in. We have notified both of your crews. We're struggling to get a lock on your position. We'll beam someone down as soon as we can.
Copy that, Varunte. Right. Let's not waste a moment.
I'm getting flashbacks of that alien race that used to take their bodies and reanimate them as their people. The one where we thought for once Harry Kim was finally dead for good.
Director Hugh's other officer. Let's stabilize them and beam them out.
On it. Yeah, and I'm not convinced that's a good idea, especially if Control's been about.
Watch out! Control Borg ahead!
Oh no, Penis Demon Borg!
No match for us.
Because they do like bringing out their good old tentacle beasts. Okay, apparently this is their astrometrics lab.
Finally, this room is also on lockdown. We'll need to figure out how to move on without a recording of Tarsine Fei's console code. We could take a swift look around. Any insight into the Ethereans could be valuable to us.
Let's do it.
What an incredible astrometrics laboratory. I never imagined Ethereans to be galactic strategists, though.
Well, that's because they're not who they make out to be.
Trust others than I had originally thought.
Yeah, the dodgiest dodginess.
This star chart shows an array of interlinked gateways placed across a vast number of alternate dimensions. fascinating. I haven't seen many other species use gateways as a means of transportation.
That it? You sure, Kamaki, or am I going to move 2 feet and you're going to start yabbering on again? Oh, God. How to make a mission overly long. I kind of wish rather than just retexturing it, they actually gave us a different puzzle or a new puzzle. I really hate it how they just keep retexturing old assets because it just feels like there's no new innovation in the game anymore. You know, don't get me wrong, I do love the game, but I find it a bit frustrating. After the Great Cybernetic Onslaught, the Doctrine 2 evolved military tactics no longer concerning themselves with Redacted, as those could not see the light were redacted, destroyed. Instead, the all-known ether has brought us countless victories and some more noteworthy than others. Redacted target species provided to be, text continues.
Cybernetic Onslaught. It seems these military texts describe the battle the Etherians fought against the Borg, as well as other civilizations. This retelling is much less grim than I would have imagined. Didn't they say the Borg decimated their entire universe?
Well, obviously they lied.
Perhaps the military texts hold the key to our exit.
They've been telling porkies. Enter cons. I don't know.
That's it. Well done.
Your guess. Through unity, we are strong.
Lead the way.
Through unity, we are indoctrinated.
Rogue security system constructs up ahead. Let's keep moving.
Right, well, obviously on the mini-map we're showing 2 areas to go to, so we'll have a look in here.
Look out! Control Borg heading our way.
Oh, Penis Demon Borg again.
Beaming in from other sections of the ship.
Hey Mattingham 83, pay no attention to the person behind the curtain.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, Mattingham. I hope you're well. As you can see, we are currently fighting Penis Demon Borg in the latest story arc.
Enough, it sort of looks familiar.
You made it to Glasgow then. Could it be a morgue? Not actually a living quarters? Well, not being funny, that was a bit anticlimactic. Oh, there goes Mattingham claiming first of the stream. He's claimed it a total of 29 times. Jesus Christ, Mattingham. Oh, and there goes the Chosen claiming second of the stream. Has claimed it a total of 2 times. Okay, alright. That was a bit anticlimactic. I kind of half expected to interact with that terminal and something to happen, and nothing did.
Look out! Control.
Oh, more Penis Demon Borg. Now, obviously, if I get attacked by one of those giant control Penis Demon Borg, I think you can pretty much guarantee that I'm going to be dead. And again, very anticlimactic. We don't have any voiceover or anything. We just interact with the console and that kind of does it. I kind of like lost idea of which way we were heading. So, quick look at the mini-map there. So which one of these is Hugh?
Oh my. It's a whole wall of Grendad Bexes.
It's a whole wall of
What?
Borg assimilation chambers.
Perhaps this is how Etherians honor their fallen.
No, this is dodgy. Model DUGU1D. Oh, I ain't got to look at every single one of them, do I? Oh, you are fucking kidding. Obviously, I am going to do it because there might be an achievement associated with it. I'm kind of looking at the names as I do it just to see if there's anything. Harrington?
Hey guys, Thekosin 2023.
So there is a feat with it. I thought there might be something associated with it. Reed. I kind of can see that potentially some of these are names of people. I'm wondering if these are, you know, people's names who worked on this episode put into, you know, almost like text speak. Because you can almost look at some of those and almost get names from them. Oh my god. So that could be Boyd. Rockwell. You know, or are these people that they have effectively, you know, assimilated? I think they're as dodgy as hell anyway. I've always said that I think they're dodgy, and not being funny. I think this is kind of just proving it. And I'm half expecting that when we first met them, I said they was dodgy, and I think we're going to find out that they are as dodgy can be. Yeah, some of these you definitely look at and it looks like that they are names that have obviously been butchered with numbers. You know, probably somebody from the much younger crowd than I am would possibly be able to read those very, very easily. But, I'm too old for that shit. Well, it's another portal.
Life signs nearby. Admiral Kumar K to the Rescava, requesting an immediate status report.
Admiral Kumarke, this is Ensign Varunte reporting in. We've got a lock on your position. Who should we send in?
Send in my crew.
Understood. I'll send the coordinates over to your team. They should be with you soon.
Copy that, Ensign Varun.
And Ensign? Tell them to be careful, please. This ship is packed with Borg.
And a rogue security system.
It seems the Etherians use these energy portals to get from one level of their ship to the next. I wonder how many there are aboard the Harmony.
Well, to be fair, they said it's multi-dimensional, so theoretically it could be infinite. Is this where they have all their people in one ship? And what they lead to?
In any case, this Etherian portal is already open.
Here goes nothing. Where's my crew? I want my crew. Send in the crew.
Admiral Kumarke, this is Ensign Varunte. Did the crew make it?
No.
They did, and not a moment too soon, Varunte.
Where?
Life signs further ahead on this deck of the ship. Localized interference makes them hard to identify, but it could be Director Hugh and Tassin Fay. I'll be right behind you.
Oh. They've all magically appeared. I was going to say, They should have made that happen before. Yeah, not being funny. Bit of a buggy mess, I would say. Sorry, undocumented featured mess.
It seems there are no data nodes in this room. And still no signs of Director Hugh or Tassine Fey. Without the recordings and console codes, we'll need to rely on environmental information alone to move forward.
Agreed, I'll look around.
Let's try the console at the end of the room. Neuro drills? Hydroponics pods? Is this
Well,
a bay or a science lab?
well, they've been taking apart Borg looking at that, because that's the Borg chest piece and boots. That's obviously one of the arms and the tubes. More body parts and a arm probe. What else have we got? Another arm probe. I'm not sure what that other bit was. So, yeah, they've been a bit dodgy. Jude's going to be one of them now anyway.
We'll have to keep looking.
I get that sort of impression.
Incoming! Our console interaction must have activated them. They're stronger than the last ones! Well done! Quite the interruption. Now, where were we?
Right, well, they can't be assimilated. I did try. Through redacted, we are redacted. So why through assimilation we are strengthened?
It does seem like a line from Tassine Fey's axiom. Through harmony we are secure, through unity we are strong. Perhaps the redactions are an added security measure. The words seem to have been superimposed with others that cannot be translated. Not unlike a palimpsest. But if this line reads anything like the other two, then I'm not sure why a redaction is needed.
Because they're the goddamn bad guys! I keep saying it!
Me neither. Not in any of my interactions with Tassine Fey. Either way, this unfortunately doesn't help us unlock the door.
Right, let's keep looking then. And probably get attacked. Right. The axiom is law, the axiom is life. Through the ether prescribes it cannot be denied that our extensive studies of other species made a significant contribution to our doctrine, and for that the ether rewards us with ascension. The Tal Shiar in particular served as... oh dear. That's not a good sign. Are we going to actually say, find out that Sealer's behind all of this after all?
This is a partial biomedical display of Etherian energy readings. These readings indicate the presence of enhanced sensory organs, regenerative internal probes, and an energy-based core. It looks like the Etherian anatomical composition is 70% biological, 30% mechanical, and the rest of the data is missing. Strange.
Yeah.
Another console in this room that contains the access code to the door. Heads up,
Yeah.
rogue security!
Oh, here we go.
Incoming again. Predictable, I suppose.
Right, you can't pull them in.
They've upped their offensive, likely due to a perceived increase in threat level aboard the ship. Oh, I'm glad that's over. Let's try another console.
I don't know, that actually didn't seem that bad.
That's it! The door is open!
And now time for the great reveal.
I'm detecting a life sign. Cognitive functions are compatible with the cooperative Borg. We're getting closer.
That's not the weapon I'm using. Again, all these pods, it's making me again kind of think Mass Effect. And the Harvesters.
Look! It's Director Hugh!
They've done a really good job of that model of him. Really good job. Gotta say, I'm really impressed with how good that model is.
The Director's life signs are stable, but he's been put into a stasis. Scans show the pods are equipped with an integrated dispenser valve and a medical interface connected to the ship's console system. We should be able to wake the Director up by using a console command to activate the pod's dispenser. We just need to modify the output to release some sort of powerful stimulant.
How about Atrazine?
That would do it. Look out! It's the Aetherian security system! Scanning the Director's pod must have alerted them.
Oh my god, it's made our own turrets hostile against us. Sneaky devils!
We can hardly catch a break, can we? Let's activate the pod's dispenser.
And potentially kill him.
Excellent! The Cordrazine should kick in shortly.
Let's get the Director out. Well, hey. Make your own jokes from that one.
It looks like getting out of this pod from the inside is the tricky part. From out here, it should be relatively simple.
Agreed! A localized EMP burst should do it.
Excellent idea. Not my speciality, though, I'm afraid. Indeed, we could target the control panel with a localized EMP to fry the locking mechanism. We could also recalibrate the control panel to bypass security parameters altogether.
Or try deciphering the access code. I think EMP is probably better.
The choice is yours.
Oh, I've got to recalibrate the goddamn thing, because obviously I'm an engineer. Obviously, if you're tactical, you'll be able to EMP it. And if you're science, you'll be able to be doing the sciencey thing.
Let's give it a try.
So what scan option are going to be doing now, then? That console. I was expecting the one that we had to interact with to do it, but obviously not.
That's it! We can open the pod.
I suspect we'll get another cutscene.
Director Hugh. Are you okay?
Where are my officers?
They're safe. They're on the Rescava. We beamed them out, but we've yet to find Tassine Fey.
Forget Faye. We need to get off this ship. I'm worried about Tassine Fey too, but not the way you are. The Aetherians? They've been lying to us. Here, look.
It's the missing data from the Aetherian lab.
Through harmony, we are secure.
These biosigns.
Through unity, we are strong.
I don't understand. They're consistent with
Borg. Yes, but also
Through fusion, we are victorious.
You see, called it. Said at the very beginning they were dodgy when we first met them.
Look out!
Oh, it's a husk.
Getting away!
What was that?
A problem for later. Its escape has triggered some kind of red alert. Shields are up.
Damn, there goes our plan of beaming out.
There might be another way. Not the way I'd usually meet a fellow liberated Borg of your distinction, and for the first time, no less. But I suppose this is somewhat of a unique situation. I'll save the details of my gratitude for later. Needless to say, I owe you one. As for our escape plan, the raised shields do pose a problem. However, during my brief time aboard the Aetherian ship, I learned that beaming out might not be the only option at our disposal.
Right, before we continue here, this is the first time in Star Trek Online where you've had a character interact with you and know what faction you are, because my character is a liberated Borg, and it's the first time that I've seen a character in this game, address you from that faction. Now, I'm assuming he acknowledges it with the other races or other factions. So if you're Romulan, or if you are just a random alien splodge, because normally they kind of do not say that line. So it's quite a nice thing to actually say. It might only be something that they do for liberated Borg. I don't know. It's something that might be worthwhile playing through with a different character that's obviously not liberated Borg to see what the response is in that bit there. But that is the first time that I've seen them do that in this. So that is actually quite a nice little, Easter egg, if you like. Right, anyway, we also learned a few things. Admiral Kamaki.
Right. The Harmony's wall structures act as data nodes that store recordings of past events that have happened aboard the ship. We reverse engineered the nodes in order to play them back, much like a holo recording.
Actually, Director, your neutralization was the last recording that we watched, and we ate popcorn.
Your creativity is commendable. Well, however daunting that must have seemed, Tassine Faye's neutralization wasn't as effective as she'd hoped. It looks like the Aetherians don't know enough about liberated Borg biology to knock us out entirely. Not yet, anyway. While I was being carried through the Aetherian lab, slipping in and out of consciousness, I managed to send out a nanoprobe I had pre-programmed to scout for situational intel.
The missing data from the science lab.
Correct. This nanoprobe retrieves key data that is considered either useful or harmful. In this case, that included the hybrid Borg and Iconian biological composition of the Aetherians, which the probe classified as potentially harmful. However, that's not all. The nanoprobe also detected massive energy spikes coming from a room on this level, up ahead. The energy type is consistent with the one emitted by the ship's portals. My guess is gateway technology.
Yeah, if it is an Iconian gateway, it means I can literally get anywhere in the universe in an instant. Does kind of make me question why they have the portals to fly the ships through that connect to all the different universes. Surely that would just be an upgrade of a standard Iconian gateway. But again, what do I know?
It could be Iconian. Hard to say. Your guess is as good as mine. Most importantly, my intelligence suggests the Aetherians are not on their side. Or ours. At least not for now.
For now?
Well, as a liberated Borg, or XB as we used to call ourselves, you and I both know there is always hope that any civilization or individual might be open to reform. If they are anything like the Borg, or ancient Anconians we know of, then there might be a way to help them. But this isn't a hypothesis I'll live to test out if we don't get moving. That's a lesson I learned the hard way on board the Artifact. So let's table this talk for a safer environment.
So obviously this is where we get in effectively the next season's story arc, looking at it. So they'll finish off this Borg one that we've currently got running, and I suspect we're then going to go straight into this Etherean story arc.
Let's get out of here before more pots explode.
I just get that sneaky feeling of that's which way we're heading. Leave the pod room and find pod people.
The Harmony's defenses have locked the path behind us. The only way onward is forward. Call me Hugh. I've spent far too many stardates as a nameless.
Hugh it is.
One of my crew members is stuck behind the door. Oh, they're able to walk through the door.
Heads up. We've got company.
Now, I'm assuming that these are going to potentially be like Borg, that they can adapt.
Typically, I recommend setting phasers to stun, but that's a dance with assimilation I'd rather avoid, Admiral. Another hostile wave of Ethereans incoming.
Yeah, I'm going to get the big one. That's what you said.
Your reputation precedes you. Well done.
I have a reputation, apparently. Not being funny, this would be the perfect time for them to bring out a new reputation, if you like. New reputation system. In my opinion, that kind of would be quite nice. I don't think we'll get one.
Elevated levels of gamma radiation nearby.
Look out for the Hulk.
The Harmony's core.
Blow it up.
Granddad Bex.
Isn't he the one that died by disco in the previous one? You know, he blew...
Some sort of fractal containment fields blocking our path.
You know, blew up in a giant disco explosion and killed all the control Borg.
Understood. We'll keep the Ethereans at bay in the meantime.
Can't target that one.
And you shall crumble. Accept, and you shall ascend.
Be assimilated, yeah.
This influx seems endless.
Well, how many were in that room? I think we can quite safely say that's how many there were.
How's it looking, Admiral?
Almost there.
Oh my god, those people that stand in a single spot probably find this ridiculously hard. You know, the ones that seem to have their feet permanently attached to the ground and cannot get out of the shit on the ground. Oh my god, they've made this game so hard. You've got to actually move now.
Has been lowered.
Incredible.
Collaboration is fruitful. Why such discord in the face of harmony?
Oh my god, I can see that's going to really upset some people.
Teleporting away. That's our chance. Let's get out of here.
Oh, but there's a console here. Can't I twiddle it and blow up the core?
I hope you're right about that gateway technology.
I don't know.
Containment field protecting a cube-shaped reactor core.
Looks familiar, right? If only my tour had started in this room.
It's quite the display for a reactor core. It must be important to them.
Trapped again. It did seem too easy.
You're right, Hugh. These Granddad Bexes are beaming in with no end in sight.
Right, this one's a bit of a harder one.
Another way to
Can we simulate it?
I have a plan. but it's risky.
Molly,
You can actually get behind him.
If we lower its containment field, we could fire at the reactor core to initiate a breach.
Yeah,
what about
I'm
the
game.
radiation leaking into the room and the potential loss of life aboard the ship?
I'm willing to bet that putting the core at risk will initiate an emergency power transfer protocol.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's blow up the ship.
Divert all main energy back to the core's containment field, interrupting Etherian transporters.
And likely divert power from the fractal containment fields too. Hell of a plan, Admiral.
And we'd have to backtrack into the room to carry it out.
A risk worth taking. Let's do it.
I'll get to work on this fractal containment field. The field has been lowered.
Well, that seemed to go really, really quickly.
Let's act quickly. The Etherians aren't messing around.
I'm on.
I kind of get the feeling that that she should have started interacting with that console after. Obviously, it didn't work out quite like that. More! Give me more! Yeah, really, if I'd have thought about it, I'd have actually brought different equipment set with me.
How much longer, Admiral?
10 seconds.
You've got 5.
Done. The magnetic containment
Oh,
field has...
cutscene.
Radiation levels are rising. We need to leave.
Let's go.
The control panel is malfunctioning. Cover me. I just need a couple of seconds.
Your second life awaits you, Hugh.
There. It's open. Where's Hugh?
There's something I need to do.
Radiation levels are too high. We need to leave. Emergency systems might seal this section off. This could be our last chance.
I know. That's why you should go ahead without me.
You can't save him, Hugh.
Self-sacrifice yet again.
If I can get through, for even just a second, then it's worth a shot. I have to try.
Damn. We can't leave him behind.
It's his choice.
Grendat Bex, that's your name, right? Where's Tassine Fay?
We are Grendat Bex. We are Tessine Fay. We are all at once, and soon you shall be too.
I'd rather die than be reassimilated.
It is the only way. Uprisers shall be quelled. Deniers shall be fused. You must join us. You must ascend.
Listen, it doesn't have to be like this. My people have the means to restore your freedom.
You misunderstand. We are free. We have long been freed from the shackles of Iconian rigor, and we have taken what serves us best from the Borg. We are evolved.
See, the trouble is, I think you're free, but you're not. Everything you're saying right now, that sounds an awful lot like a collective I used to be a part of. You think you don't have a choice, but if you ask me, you've just forgotten how to choose.
You are mistaken. We do not choose the ether. It chooses us. We follow its path.
Well, a wise man once told me, even when you think you don't have a choice, there always is one. I might not be able to help you now, but maybe I'll be able to help you one day. No one is beyond redemption.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
We need to leave now.
I'm sorry.
So does that mean that that there is no chance at all of getting through to them.
Incredible. An entire bay of gateways.
Yeah, not a good sign, that, Kamarki.
Admiral Kumarke, I've been told your scientific expertise lies in stellar stabilization and planetary restoration. How do you fare with gateway stabilization and remodulation?
I think you're in luck. Oh, okay.
You are in luck. These aren't too dissimilar from the Tourette system gateway we encountered recently. I should be able to modify one of the gateway's frequencies to match the coordinates of our ships.
In the meantime, let's call for more backup. Okay.
Good idea. Let's send out a call to the cooperative for additional support. If my earlier distress signal worked, then the Yasutaka should already be waiting for my return.
The Singularity will contact the cooperative. That's obviously my ship.
The Rescava is on standby.
Ready when you are.
Right. I'll get started on the gateway.
Right, so this is probably where we're going to get attacked.
Heads up. More hostile Etherians incoming.
Oh, it's a much smaller room now to try to do the... Oh my god. Trying to avoid beams on much, much smaller now. Left, right, middle. It's like
Unity, we are strong.
Dance Dance Revolution.
Through fusion, we are victorious.
But you're not. Let's take out the lieutenant, because I suspect they're a bit dodgy. Did that cheeky bugger just interact with that loot crate and turn it into the lieutenant? Because it kind of looked like it.
The gateway is active.
Because they didn't feel very high-paced combat, eh?
Nicely done, Admiral Kumarke.
I don't know what's happened to my crew. They seem to have vanished.
Let's see if this gateway takes us to our ships as intended.
See you on the other side. Oh, they... No. I was thinking, did they go through the portal?
Glad to see you made it in one piece. Let's check in with the Rescava.
Loud and clear. It's good to see you both back on your ships. But this isn't over quite yet. The Harmony is hailing us.
Thing is, why was the Harmony disabled, though? That hasn't been explained. On screen.
Friends, this truly has been a grave misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Remnants of our Iconian heritage, yes. To protect you from your own assumptions, of course. For your own benefit, on your path to a greater truth. The only truth. We seek not to harm you, but to welcome you. As we eventually did with the Borg, we stand on the precipice of a new era, led by the Ether.
Okay, Mattingham, good night, sleep well, and enjoy Glasgow. So, again, they're kind of doing the, oh, we're going to assimilate you and make you better. And it's like, yeah, it didn't work with the Borg, so why would we want to take it now? Bastion Faye, we were supposed to be united front. The Etherians almost killed us. This is a violation of our allyship. Well, it is a violation, full stop.
It does not have to be. Today's to our strength in dealing with unforeseen adversity. We are now sure than ever that we can be more than allies. We can be one. Do you not recall our axiom? Through harmony, we are secure. Through unity, we are strong. Through fusion, we are victorious.
The last line was never included in the axiom, which is true.
Was it not our mistake?
Is it a mistake? I find that hard to believe.
There must be a diplomatic way forward, even after today. Tassine Fey, my people and I, we can help you. The Cooperative advocates for the free Borg. Our reclamation methods are consistently evolving and improving, and yet the core of our mission remains the same. A liberated Borg does not rid themselves of their past. They simply dare to challenge it.
Tassine Fey, I strongly suggest you consider this offer. It might be the only chance you get before the galaxy turns against you for your duplicity.
Last chance, Faye.
The galaxy will turn against itself long before it turns against us. We will watch from afar as factions burn and tear each other apart. It is foretold. The Aether will be ready to welcome those who survive.
We won't let that happen.
Your rejection of perfection is disappointing. We were hoping you would see the light. But you are not the first friends of ours who have refused ascension. Like everyone else from our dimension, you shall undergo fusion. It is inevitable.
You deceived us.
We learned from the best. We have been watching you for centuries. It is a shame that all of this ends now. Your individuality has been most intriguing. But it is useless nonetheless. Soon, we shall be fused. And you will know perfection.
Not a chance. Bridge red alert.
Your ship is compromised, Tassine Fey. Stand down. Friend. You are no friend. Friends do not force something to your intellect.
Looks like the Ethereum is also called for backup.
That's alright. Keep them coming. More! Bring me more!
Harmony's repairs are nearing completion. Brace yourself.
Brace yourself, it's coming in dry.
The Harmony is disengaging.
Yeah, because we're kicking their ass.
Reality vortices? I thought only the Mirror Borg used those.
Let her go. This is just the beginning.
Control Borg incoming.
Well, they're obviously in cahoots with the Control Borg.
Tassine Fey, let them through a reality vortex.
So she didn't need the Cooperative's help after or deception.
Here it is going all along. Control Borg spilling through our universe as a complication and a cover.
Give him a good old kick in. Welcome to our universe.
Another wave of Control Borg incoming.
Oh, bigger ones.
Our records suggest getting others to do their dirty work. Also, nice new practice.
Good to know.
Bring more!
Vortices are closing. Need to use some more backup on our side.
I've made the call. Any moment now.
Well, they're still controllable because they've got the weird-ass cloud around them of nanites. Nope, no tractor beam. Any more.
Backup arriving just in time never hurts. However, Tassine Faye is still out there somewhere, and what she said about the galaxy turning against itself may be true. Reports of Borg incursions are multiplying by the stardate, with an unusual increase in infighting amongst Control, Mirror, and Prime Borg.
Let's not forget the creature that escaped from the Harmony. Yeah. Did it escape? Because we only saw it run down a corridor.
Right. We may well and truly be on the precipice of a new era, as Tassine Faye said, one of a multiversal war.
Where do we go from here?
For now, let's return to safety and regather our strength. More Aetherians could arrive unannounced at any moment. I will mask our warp signatures so we can return safely. A little trick I picked up during my unfortunate time in captivity many years ago. Once we're out of harm's way, I'll contact you to send over any information the Cooperative has on the Aetherians.
We'll stand by for the update.
Oh, before you leave, I wanted to thank you for coming to my aid. There was a time in which liberated Borg might have failed to help each other, out of fear or ambition. I'm touched to see this is no longer the case. We stand tall, but also united, even under different banners. This means a great deal to the Cooperative, and to me.
I've got to say, I really do hope that they've kind of like got tailored for the different factions. You know, or whether they've just done this unique thing that if you are a liberated Borg, you get this set of text. It's definitely something that I'll probably have to play again with a character that's not a liberated Borg to see what differences there are.
Today was eventful, to say the least. But I'm thankful I had you by my side through it all. We make quite the team. It only pains me that Tassine Faye was never really part of it.
Looks like the Tholians were right about them. Unfortunately so. Because obviously this all started off with the Tholians.
Yes, the Tholians never really took to the Aetherians, did they? In any case, I must return so I can forward Director Hughes' intel to the Lucari Concordium when I receive it. Reporting the possibility of a multiversal war with the Borg to our superiors will be an interesting conversation. I wish you the best of luck.
Let's go home, engage. Oops. That's not good.
Did your warp out also malfunction? How odd. This happened to me recently on another Lucari ship. I'll be sure to report it. Let's try that again. Stay safe out there.
Is it those Borg that ended up on our ship? And obviously that is that episode done. Let's actually have a look.
We gathered on the Aetherians. It appears they are alternate universe Iconians who fused with the Borg to forgo assimilation, an event as yet unheard of. Their advanced Iconian technology and knack for deception has also been cause for great concern. Multiple reports of cooperative ship malfunctions after first contact with the Aetherians have now surfaced. Lastly, during my time aboard the Harmony, I overheard Tassine Faye speak of the creature that escaped. I activated my translator just in time to hear her call it the Chimeran specimen. That's all I have for now. I'll reach out if anything changes. Do not hesitate to do the same, should you need us.
So again, as we know, we get this XP uniform, or uniforms. We get a random, very rare space item. I suppose that's going to probably be a load of old crap. And the daily progress for the 15th anniversary event. Not being funny, you probably want to be looking at doing something else for getting the daily event progress, because that's a long ass mission to be doing just to try and get that. So I got a engineering RCS accelerator. Whoop-de-doo. As you can tell, I am completely and thoroughly impressed. Not. So that's given us obviously Hugh's outfit. So we can sit there and go, ooh, I look like Hugh. But obviously I kind of skipped the on the hour break because I thought we were actually coming up to the end of that mission because of how it was playing out. So I thought I'd let it run. Obviously it's gone a little bit longer than I planned. So I am going to take the break now because I need to get myself a drink. So obviously this is where I do run 3 minutes of adverts, disable pre-roll over here on Twitch. Obviously I do try to limit your exposure to adverts as much as possible. But as I say every time that we do it, adverts are not guaranteed. It is down to region availability, but you probably will get adverts. So as always, go get yourself a drink or something to eat and I'll be right back. Right, and we're back. So I'm going to do a couple of random advanced TFOs now. Obviously on stream I only do advanced. Off stream I every now and again do the elite ones. But obviously, you know, if you fail those, you end up with a 30-minute lockout, and quite often people don't have a clue what they're doing. So I tend to only do the elite ones with people that I know off stream. So I'm going to do normal advanced ones. Obviously, as always, people are always more than welcome to join me. And yeah, so let's go do some. See what we get. Obviously, I could pick to do some of these Borg ones. I actually quite like the Battle for Wolf 359. The Battle Royal event, that's probably the quickest one that I've found that you end up doing. Obviously, these are going to be the ones for getting your event tokens. So yeah, as usual, you have to do 2 a day, and obviously you'll get the shiny starship at the end of it. Which, you know, obviously I might work towards. So obviously that's the information for it. Alliance Dreadnought Cruiser, it is a tier 6. Obviously we've got the spec for it and everything all at the bottom there. It'll take 20 days, right? I do believe so, yes. And obviously, you can, if you haven't got it, you can also do the buyout. So, you know, with today's progress towards it, it's going to cost you. So normally I would say it's going to cost you 6,000. Well, it tells you that. Normal cost is 6,000. So 6,000 for a Dreadnought seems actually pretty cheap. Whether it's actually any good, I don't know. We will have to see.
DS9 to all Alliance ships.
My God, we didn't get a Borg one straight off the bat. Makes a nice refreshing change.
DS9 to all Alliance ships.
Yeah. We know. Go away.
Alliance forces. The station is under heavy attack.
I'll be doing the anniversary fete to try and get my first Alliance ship. Well, you know, it doesn't actually look too bad. It actually, you know, from the cursory glance that I had of it there, I thought it actually looked pretty good. Obviously, it might not be when you're actually testing it. And if you're wondering what phase I'm using, these are the new visual update to the pulse phasers that came out a while ago. They changed the visual for them for the firing and the beam overload. I'm not a fan of the beam overload. I think it looks absolutely horrendous. But the bog standard pulse attack looks pretty good. So, yeah, if you have the good old pulse phasers from way back, you know, they are still pretty good.
9 is under attack.
To be fair, I think probably the cannons probably look even better because, you know, bog standardly, they always fired pretty quickly and, you know, had a pretty decent visual. I think what they've done with the beam banks is they've kind of brought them a little bit more in line with it. Didn't see Defiant had turned up there. I gotta admit, I really do like the new visual look for them. They actually feel like there's a bit more oomph to them, if you know what I mean. Rather than just being kind of like a pulsing beam. You know, maybe they've made them a little bit too much like the phaser-linked ones. But, you know, to be fair, they are a pretty good weapon, even now. Rude! But yeah, I gotta say, quite like what they did with them. You know, why they changed them, that is the thing that always kind of raises the question, though, because one of the things that I kind of have a bit of problem with Star Trek Online is that they spend too much time fixing things that don't need fixing, rather than dealing with the long-standing bugs in the game. And it's like, no, let's work on making something pretty. And it's like, did you really need to work on that, though? Why was that given priority over many of the undocumented features in SDO? But again, it does sometimes make me wonder if maybe they are bringing something else in that we don't know about yet.
Something massive. Yes.
I'm probably going to be streaming for another 20 minutes.
Surrender to the Terran Empire.
I'll be finishing at 11 PM my time, which, as you can see in the top left, it's showing what time it is for me currently. More importantly, Fuse, have you actually managed to get out of bed? Because you did say you just, you know, woke up. Yeah, at the PC now. Well, we can do after this. I've got no problem teaming up after this. Actually, I need to give you a shout out as well. See, this is what you get when you haven't streamed for almost a month due to one, taking the Christmas break, then having technical problems, i.e. capture card problems, i.e. one died, and then being sick for nearly 4 weeks. You kind of get out of the habit of things that you normally do.
Make repairs.
Up or below? Below.
We've conquered everyone else in our reality. Make repairs.
Yeah, I had one die and then got a new one, and I had all sorts of issues. Oh my god, talk about issues. Because I run a 2 PC setup. A lot of the reasons for the 2 PC setup is my bot TamTam. She runs locally, created by me, designed by me. I don't rely on any external websites for moderation or anything. TamTam does literally everything. And she does actually have her AI functions on at the moment. So if you actually do if you do like a reply at her and ask her something, she will respond. But I do warn you, she's a bit of a sassy bitch. So you have to be a bit careful what you say to her, because if you're easily offended, she might offend you. Simpson Hit and Run. God, I haven't even thought about that game in years. But again, not being funny, they don't make some of these really decent fun games like that anymore. They seem to take things a little bit way too serious now with some games. Well, send me a friend request for @Nazarene, spelled exactly the same as the channel name, or a general search at Nazarene again in SEO should find me. I say should find me, but you know. You've got 24 minutes until the event reset. Well, I'll probably be around after stream for a little while anyway. So. And for God's sake, don't let me forget to give you a shout out. Because at the end of the day, even if there's not many people in at the moment on the stream, you know, I do get people who watch the VODs or watch the videos on YouTube, so, you know, promoting other streamers, I always see as a good thing. Wasn't sure if you did or didn't. Oh, time bubble. Bubbles, darling. Fine, I'll go into fortress mode. Or, as they like to call it, activate indestructible mode. Is that above? Yeah. At least I'm remembering to click me clickies. Which, you know, as we all know, I'm not very good at remembering that. I might stream late this afternoon. For now, it's all about yelling at kids and eating and having a shower. Yelling at kids. But the little darlings! Oh my god, look at those weapons going off. Above or below? Next phase. Thought we were going to get above or below again there.
We're reading an energy surge coming from Terok Nor. Expect reinforcements at any moment.
Our reinforcements will put you in your place.
I don't think it will. Caught in another time bubble. Fortress mode.
You haven't seen the last of me!
Oh, but we have. Do I want Terran marks off fleet ones? I'll take Terran ones. Not going to make much difference. It's all going to probably get turned to dilithium anyway. My ship is not as upgraded as I'd like, but I'm waiting for an upgrade weekend. And you are very wise to do so. You know, it's one of those things which I always say, always wait for those weekends if you can. I know some people can't, some people kind of like feel they have to do it and have to do it now. But again, you know, as long as you can actually shoot stuff, that's the important thing. Right. Do you want to do something now? Obviously, I can send you out an invite. I'm assuming that you're going to be showing. Oh my god, I can't see names. Oh my god, it's... Right, there we go. Right. Well, you're not Joshua, I know that. And you're not Kmar, because I know that is... Where are you? Which one's you? Summers. Is that an old migrated name? The Penny 108-2615. Because if that's the case, it means that obviously you've played way, way, way before. Now, do you want to do a random or do you want to do any of the event ones? Because I'm literally happy to do any of the above. Because I know some people have a preference for not doing ground. You don't worry, mate. Okay, well, we'll do Wolf then. Well, you said you've got 20 minutes cooldown though on your thing, so we'll pick a random and see what we get. I was going to do that, but if you've got 24 minutes before your daily cooldown, we'll hold off on it. "16 minutes, well, in theory, we should be in a TFO before that. We shall just have to see. Right, well, I'm actually doing that. Let's see if I fixed it. It should have fixed it. Yeah, but we didn't get any audio with it. Fuck's sake. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I know what that problem is. Before stream, well, today at 2:10, we had a power cut due to storms and everything in the area. And I was in the process of working on things on my stream, and it killed my install of OBS, StreamerBot, and TamTam, and her effective little AI car. And yeah, I had to literally reinstall everything from backups. And that was one of the things that I fixed. So It's like, fuck's sake. Disney Dreamlight Valley, that is one of those chill games for me, that I must admit. That is one of those that, you know, when you're wanting a day of, you know, I would say farming pumpkins, because that's what I have been doing a lot of. You know, or just generally, you know, seeing what's going on in the world. It's not a stream without tech problems. I wholeheartedly agree. As I always say, not a real stream unless you've got technical difficulties. I gotta say, the games that I have that are my like cozy games is Dreamlight Valley, Dinkum, which Dinkum, I don't know if you've seen it, it's like a mashup between, oh god, what do you call it? Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. So Dinkum, Stardew Valley, Dreamlight Valley, they are very much my like, you know, chill things. But I've got to be honest, recently I've got back into Satisfactory again. You know, I don't optimize anything, but I've kind of got into that again at the moment. Well, we don't want that repair ship repairing anything. I'm not going to go over that side, because if everybody's that side, there's obviously nobody protecting this side. Though to be fair, it doesn't look like this side needs protecting anyway. I see a boom in the distance. I'm actually going to take out the bot transport, because that is the main key player to dealing with there. Good evening, Hope. Oh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because obviously I don't know what time zone you're in. I'm assuming evening, because that's what you said. But assumptions in the past, I have got wrong. I hope you're well, and welcome to the channel. Oh god, there's a lot going on over there. We'll go for the closest troop transport there. 11:54. So you're an hour ahead of me. So France, Germany, that sort of time zone. Germany, yes. Cool. Do you kind of like to know where people are from? I assume you're a Star Trek Online player as well? And if you are you a PC player, or are you, as we lovingly refer to, Dire STO, play it on console? Which, you know, I have to say, those people who do play Star Trek Online on console, they deserve a medal. I have not known an interface that I have been so lost in is the Star Trek Online console version of this game. You kind of look at the console one and go, yep, it's definitely an interface. I don't think it's very intuitive at all, but hard to type while shooting. Well, you got to get your pew-pew in. I was going to say, it's an early, well, it's an early midnight for you, nearly 11 for me, and what, nearly 8 a.m. for Fuse Loops? 8? I don't own a console. Okay, old Sega Drive. Yeah, I currently haven't set up Discord for chat yet. I need to redo it. You know, obviously I do have Discord, but I have not got it set up into all the mixer and everything. So that's something I need to do. That's probably this weekend's project. Like I said, there was things that I was working on before to try and get things ready for tonight's stream, and then we had a power cut because we're suffering quite a lot of storms here at the moment and high winds, and like I said, at 2:10 in the afternoon I lost power for quite a while, right when I was in the middle of working on stream. Thank you for the follow, it's much appreciated. Tamtam alerted me, I didn't see the thing go off. It should have gone off. I'm pretty sure I'd fixed it. But as we say, you know, it's not a real stream if you don't have technical difficulties of some sort. It's the nature of streaming. Something's always going to break on you. And normally, it's things that have always worked before with no issue. Oh, get around the shield. I don't want it all being reflected back at me. He says, flying to the front of the ship again. Oh, done it again. Idiot Naz. You know. It's almost 10 AM. Well, what do I know? Obviously, not much. Kinda like this ship. The good old flying space break. About to die, hit Fortress mode and become, you know, immortal. How many more minutes have we got this? 44 seconds. Right, so we get the. I just thought I give S tier a try. I had 3 accounts some years back, but they all don't work anymore. Lack of inventory space. Well, to be fair, inventory space isn't a massive amount of problems nowadays. You do tend to find that quite often there's a load of giveaways that are done, and you know, by Alienware, more often than not, where you can actually get free inventory space. So it's always a good idea to kind of like look at their, I think it's Alienware Arena or something like that, but quite often they will do Star Trek online giveaways. They tend to do it within the first couple of weeks of a new event starting. So with this new event, I'm half expecting it. I haven't seen it advertised as yet, but obviously when they do it, I will make sure that it gets posted so that people can see it. But yeah, I've got plenty of backspace. And at day, I am a lifetime subscriber. I am one of the few people that actually got into Star Trek Online. Not in the beta, but I actually got into the alpha, so that's going back a ton of years ago. So I was one of the first people that experienced it and went, oh my god, this skill tree is absolutely horrendous. Which anybody who's played it for, you know, since the very beginning will completely understand what I mean by that. I think people used to look at the skill tree and go, I don't get it. But yeah, if you've played it in the past, I would definitely say it's changed quite a bit in the regard of, well, one, skill trees and traits, you know, very, very nice. Obviously, you have the specializations now, which I've maxed all mine out. You have endeavors, which for the amount of time that I've been playing this, I probably should be shocked, because I've always looked at endeavors as like, oh, well, it's fluff, you can do it as and when you really want to. Even though where most of the damage from game actually does actually come from your endeavors. So my endeavor rank is absolutely terrible. You know, I should have technically maxed it out. But endeavors, like I said, I've never really seen as a priority. I think mine could be better, but I could go through it with someone. I always say it depends on how you want to play the game. It's like, I could make a build where you can go into a TFO, face melt everything in about 2 seconds, and it'd be done. To me, though, that isn't fun. That makes the game very boring very quickly, and I'd lose interest in it. So I have not gone for the, oh my god, I can kill everything in 2 seconds build. It's not for me, that. You know, yes, I do die now and again in the ship. More often than not, it's when somebody blue screens of death me, using the good old channel points. Because what that does is it literally shows a blue screen of death, but it actually shows it not just for you guys, it literally shows it across all 3 of my monitors here. And so I end up in a situation where even I can't see what's going on. And certain people that join the channel seem to see it as a challenge to try and get me killed. Using specifically that one channel point redeem. It's a bit long, but it's not one of the terrible TFOs. I think one of the TFOs that I am really not a fan of is Bug Hunt, because I always say that TFO is very aptly named, because if you're going to get a TFO that's going to bug out, it's going to be Bug Hunt. And the problem that you get with that is, right, I'll put it in for Wolf 359 then. The problem that you seem to get with that one is that you end up with that situation is somebody uses an ability on a mob, it gets pushed through a wall, and you end up with that. It can't target you, you can't target them, so you drop out of combat, and because all the bugs have not been killed, it won't progress any further. And so if you leave the TFO, it's an automatic 30-minute lockout of doing TFOs. So I'm loathed to do Bug Hunt. Because if you're going to get any issues, you can guarantee that's going to be the one to do it.
I am Locutus of Borg. Resistance is futile. Your life, as it has been, is over.
So, what ship am I in today? I'm in Nebula.
Attention
of some sort.
This is Admiral Hansen. The Borg are en route to the Sol system. Starfleet forces will make our stand here at Wolf 359. We'll do all we can to stop the Borg. More importantly, we'll mitigate our losses as best we can. Protect Starfleet vessels and personnel whenever possible.
I don't know, but what they said in the movie about sounding Swedish, I have to agree with.
It's possible to reduce its power in combat. Be advised, the Borg can regenerate lost weapons over time. Be mindful of this out there. We've received reports that the Borg try to capture ships and their crews. They call this process assimilation. You must be prepared to defend against it. Should any Starfleet vessel fall to assimilation, it will need to be destroyed. Protect ejected life pods from the Borg as well. We can't allow our forces to be added to that of the enemy.
And now I just play S2. I never thought I'd make it to a T6 ship, lol, but I have to. The Ferengi mod and the Kopek Tactical Warbird, but well, fitting is hard at the moment.
If you attempt to intervene, we will destroy.
Well,
Task Group Alpha.
This is my ship. Obviously, it's not that one there. It is the Flying Brick. It is obviously been upgraded to the X-2 ship. So it's the experimental ×2 version that you use from using the store-bought tokens. Obviously, if you want to have a look at it or look at my builds, I'm quite happy to. I'm not a spec Nazi where I'll sit there and go, oh my god, you cannot see my build because, you know, it's super secretive. That's not how I operate. I'm more than happy to share what I know, you know, take advice from other people, be corrected when I'm wrong. You know, I am not super precious in that regard, unlike some people are in the game. I'm very much sharing the knowledge is what you should be doing. That is much more important.
Attention all hands, this is the Hood. We're moving to attack speed now. Wait, this is the robot. Moving into support.
But yeah, all my ships are gold. I think my characters are all there. Gear is all gold. I think most of my bridge officers is all gold. But again, like I said, I've been playing the game since before it went into open beta so people could learn to play the game before it released. So I've had plenty of time to, you know, upgrade and keep ahead of the curve, if you like. Yeah, the Flying Romulan ship is very nice. Unfortunately, without the right doff, it is a flying break. Oh god. To be fair, a lot of the ships in this game are a flying brick if you don't have the right gear for it. Well, again, it gives you something to work towards. So I'm always one of these, you know. That's ideally what you want to be working towards. You know, it's like Fuse Loop said, their ship's not the best, but they are working on it at the moment and they're waiting for an upgrade weekend. which I always say is most definitely the right thing to do. You know, you don't have to do the, oh my god, it must be done now. And I always advise people, don't feel as if you have to do it right now. Have a bit of patience. Enjoy the game. At the end of the day, it is a game. It's supposed to be something that you have fun in, not something that you treat like a second job. I need to move into that gap there. But yeah, I love the flying brake. It feels so indestructible majority of the time. Yeah, and there are enough people in there that you can do at least on normal difficulty to do the missions. Yeah, I tend to do these all as advanced though. When I'm streaming, I don't do the elites unless it's off of stream and normally with people I know. Because the amount of people that you still get nowadays that go, oh, I can do elites, so I'm going to do elites, don't realise that those optional objectives in the TFOs that they've been doing in normal and advanced are now mandatory and quite often time gated and just can't do it because they've just always treated it as a splatfest. So yeah, I tend to do all of these on advanced. And again, it's one of those things that I always say, learn them in normals first. And once you've learned in normal, don't be afraid to do it in advanced. You know, just make sure you got enough repair kits, but get in there, do it in advance because you want the upgrade tokens for reputation. You know, you want all of those extra snackies. I'm going to say I'm rescuing there, but it looks like the other guy got it. Elites are fun, but like I said, a lot of the time you're going to fail it because of other people not knowing the tic tacs. And with a 30-minute lockout, if you end up leaving, which, you know, some people purposely, if you're obviously streaming it, will join you on late to purposely fail it. Again, the joys of being a streamer. So again, it's always better just to do advanced because then if you fail, you know, it's not such a bad thing. But yeah, some of the elites, it's like, to be fair, if you're going to do elites, do Defense Star Base 1 as an elite. You can literally 3-man that, or even 2-man that as an elite. Yeah, there's going to be lots of itchy bum moments where you sat there thinking, oh, I'm about to die, but you can 3-man it. It is not that difficult as an elite. Any of the others, I'd say, yeah, give him a skip.
Retreat to the salt engines immediately. I'll contact the Enterprise. Fight does not go well, Enterprise. We're attempting to withdraw and regroup. Rendezvous with fleet. Put to command. We have Borg attack teams leaving in. Request immediate assistance.
Roosevelt the Hood. We've taken critical damage. Take our survivors and rescue. We'll take your forward.
Occupy maneuver. I will continue the whole video.
But yeah, I wouldn't say automatically write off Elite, but I would definitely say do it with people that you know. That you know what they're doing in Elite. Because I remember doing one with Species 8472. The one where, you know, it makes me motion sick, that one, but anyway, because of the constant rocking back and forth. But it's the one where you've got to go and destroy the giant space flowers in the depots and everything. And somebody literally failed it for us in probably about 4 seconds of actually starting the combat. And it was a proper, what the actual fuck? Do you need to do another one because you need 2 credits towards it, or did that get you both credits for it? Because obviously for the event you need 2 credits towards it. You get 2 per run. Jesus Christ, they've upped that, because it used to always be you only get 1. And you'll be happy with it. Obviously, I got mine from doing the actual mission. You know. I'm playing catch up a bit already. But you know, worst case scenario, I just do buyout at the end and sod it. Right, well anyway, that is, like I said, where I'm going to be leaving it for tonight. I was going to finish at midnight, but obviously I would fuse more than anything and see what difference you get. You know, I don't know if your character's liberated Borg or not, like mine. And it'd be interesting to see what differences you get there in that regard. Because obviously you've seen my playthrough and how he responded to my character. Be interesting to see what yours comes out at. But anyway, like I said, that's where I'm going to be leaving it for today. Obviously, I do normally stream Monday to Friday. And, well, I would say normally, but at the moment I'm only streaming Mondays and Fridays. I've got a lot that's going on in my personal life, unfortunately with family, that I'm having to deal with, so I'm having to shorten my streams. But the normal stream schedule, when I get back to it, is normally Monday to Friday with Wednesday off. The normal sequence of events for that is Mondays is Modded Minecraft Monday, which we play on the subscriber server, which you can see what some people have built. Obviously, I reside in the good old Cobble Kingdom. Tuesday, at the moment, or as I was doing, I was playing Mass Effect Andromeda. So Tuesday and Thursdays is Mass Effect Andromeda, and we will be going back to that at some point. And Fridays will probably always be Star Trek Online, because, well, it's Star Trek. But anyway, like I said, that's what I'm going to be leaving it for tonight. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourselves, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. And Fuse Loops, obviously, because of the time difference, I might be catching your VOD on that. I assume you've got VOD switched on, so I can see what the difference is. So, other than that, take care, look after yourselves, and I will see you again Monday. Take care now.
don't care, was off.